It can be called Merry Christmas Coronary, Happy Hanukkah Heart Attack, and even Holiday Heart Syndrome. So how do you make sure your cheery celebration doesn't add up to a cardiac arrest? Because it's a real problem. Dr. Al Johnson is here to break down this time of year and, fortunately, how it can be deadly. According to researchers, the number of cardiac deaths is higher on December the 25th than any other day of the year. Second highest on December the 26th, and third highest on January 1st. Will you explain to me why these days are so crucial?
Well, these days are crucial because of what we do. I mean, we overeat, we overdrink, and then we get out and exercise, and all that combination decreases the blood flow to the heart because of how your body works. And with decreased blood flow, then you get ischemia, and that...
What, you get a what?
Ischemic.
What is that?
That's lack of blood flow to the heart. Not enough blood flow gets to the heart. It's going to the stomach, going to your muscles, going to your brain, and then the blood flow decrease causes damage to the heart cells if your arteries are clogged up.
Okay, so tell me how I could tell if I were doing all of these things, over drinking, overeating, and probably I'm not tossing a football, but let's say that something doesn't feel right. How do I know what to look for and what to do?
Well, the classic signs of a heart attack is like an elephant sitting on your chest pain. You can become sweaty, cold sweat. You can get left arm, left jaw pain, or indigestion. Many people look at the indigestion and think they're having just food problem, heartburn, food problems.
Where sometimes your chest can get clogged with heartburn, though, can it?
Well, that creates a pressure there in indigestion, but heart condition can cause the same thing.
So if you feel that you've got this, and you know, here's the deal. I can feel something coming on and I'll say, oh, it's probably my imagination. I don't want to be a hypochondriac. Well, that's not smart, is it?
No. If you sit down, rest, and it doesn't go away, call the paramedics, 911, and get checked out.
And you said take an aspirin.
Take an aspirin. That helps the clotting mechanisms. People need to know if they have heart disease or not. And you and I were talking about that before. There is a simple way to tell, pre-screen. It's called a calcium score scan. You can either do it with a CT scanner, or they have an electron beam tomography done by Viascan in Irving, which is 10 times less radiation. That tells you what your calcium concentration is in your coronary arteries. You should have 0.
Is the calcium then the plaque?
Calcium is the plaque. There's calcium plaque, there's hard plaque, which is calcium, and then there's soft plaque, which is cholesterol type buildup. Unless you have a cardiac cath, it's hard to know 100%, but the calcium score is a good way for early detection to know whether you need to be concerned or not about your heart.
What are your basic concerns for people? I mean, what do you fight the most? Ignorance? What is it?
Well, self-discipline is a big thing. Communication now and information is out there. It's just a matter of paying attention to it and being disciplined enough to follow through with it. So one of the things is not knowing. It's just kind of ignoring symptoms. Don't ignore your symptoms. See a doctor. Get evaluated. Get your calcium score. And then do things in moderation. And exercise daily. And exercise daily.
Let me ask you something, because you do a lot for vets, don't you?
I do.
And tell me how this works. Do vets come back with heart problems? And they come back with so many problems.
Well, they come back with many problems, but one of the biggest problems now is the post-traumatic stress syndrome and the percussive injury, the bomb blast injury to the brains. And their brains just do not work right because they have an injury, a closed head injury. So I've been working with the vets with doing hyperbaric treatments, which is oxygen under pressure in a chamber that increases the oxygen to the brain about 5 to 10 times. This is the only thing that really heals the brain. All the medications just cover up symptoms.
So you're a good source that vets can go to. And I'll tell you something, talking about the heart and Christmas Day and all of that is a real sign for all of us to pay attention while we're sober to what's going on with our bodies and not get too much to drink so we can stay right.
Exactly. Holiday Heart was first coined in 1978.
Is that it? All right, when we come back, we're going to be making plans on feeding an entire family because it doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. And we'll go over some cost-saving dinner ideas that won't break the bank, so stay with us. We'll be right back.